Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Scrambled, episode number 7. Here with Kazie.
Darnell.
Derek.
Why do you have no energy whatsoever every time?
It's A-10 tournament time.
Jesus. On today's episode, while we give him some more sugar.
We're not doing this again. We're not doing it again.
Okay, sorry. Well, back to our regular schedule program. Versus Dayton, versus Mason, senior day, A-10 tournament. We got a lot of stuff to do, so let's just get this going! Really, nothing? Nothing? Let us begin with VCU at Dayton, A-10 regular season championship on the line in the UD Arena. Unfortunately for the Rams, they did not get the job done with a 79-72 defeat at the hands of Dayton. Dayton getting the number 1 seed and the A-10 regular season title outright. Your thoughts? Was it surprising to you at all?
Nah, you can.
I mean,
I don't say that with like hatred.
Nah.
Okay? But you knew Dayton. I mean, something big was on the line. You just said it. Number 1 seed going into the A-10 tournament.
Regular season championship of the world.
Last year, three-way tie. You figured that Dayton's going to want to come in there and get that win outright.
All to themselves.
Yes, no ties. Don't leave it up to any of the suits in the A-10.
And they want that ring.
Dayton, better team that game. Home court advantage.
Senior day.
Night, it was what it was. Dayton got the win.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it went for the most part about how you would think it would go. VCU, there are 3 guys, Jaquan, Mo, and Tillman. They did work, nothing wrong there, but someone else has to step up for VCU. They did not in that game. VCU, what was kind of depressing, never led at any point during that game. Yeah. But they battled in there, showed a lot of toughness. I know it's kind of cliched. It's not going to make anybody feel any better. But it was a tough environment, tough game. They got the win at home, split the series, and we could see them again. So,
yeah, especially.
It's all right.
You know, Scoochie Smith and Charles Cook both had 20 points. Tillman had a double-double, but like y'all said, it was another day in the park. It was senior night. Dayton was pumped. The Flyers and the Flyer Nation was pumped. It was a good game by the Flyers. Congrats.
And VCU couldn't shoot for anything, so.
No.
And granted, Dayton has been probably been the crown jewel of the A-10 over the past few years, especially with their Elite 8 run. Remember?
I would disagree with that, but that's a reason.
But Dayton
hasn't
won had that defining success within the A-10. They haven't won the A-10 championship last year. That was a tie. They haven't won the A-10 tournament, but finally they got that. Archie Miller, great job as coach. Seniors moving on, 4 seniors. Hey, do what you can.
All right, now though, so VCU loses that game. No A-10 regular season championship. But Mason coming to town for senior night. VCU needs to win to make sure they're a 2 seed.
Yes, the top 4 double round bye is already wrapped up, but their seed was not locked up. It was senior day. You know, we had Tori, Jaquan, Mo, Doug, Jordan.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I need to know something, and someone help me figure this out. Is Hamdi a senior?
We're not sure. I think we'll figure out at the end of the year.
So
yeah, I just need to know.
Waiver has not been completed
I just need
yet.
to know.
Nobody
really knows.
Yeah,
No one withholding
he doesn't
that.
know.
He has a year of eligibility left.
Possibly.
He can choose to do it, or this could be his last season. He chose not to return.
Okay.
So I mean,
there's probably a reason he did not participate in the senior day activities. Yeah. But how about the game? Now that we got Hamdi out of the way.
Smooth.
Yes, the game actually went smoother. VCU defeated the George Mason Patriots 72-60 to lock up the number 2 seed for the A-10 tournament. Leading in scoring in that game was Mr. Justin Tillman with yet another double-double to anybody's surprise, 24 points and 11 rebounds. Mm-hmm. So it was a good senior day. You know, seniors got the win. And anything else?
Hey, you got good contributions out of everybody. And I mean, the 2 main seniors, Jaquan and Mo, didn't really have the most productive days.
Didn't have to.
Jaquan got 1 point.
9 assists, I believe.
But
But we'll say this. If you can get that type of production like from Justin Tillman and Johnny had himself.
And Jaquan scoring 1 point.
Yeah, but when you get good production out of guys like that, your underclassmen, that kind of shows you what you're building on for the future. Those 2 had great games, and we can expect more from them going forward as we go into next season.
Yes, next season's definitely very exciting. Isaac Van, by the way, he's on the bench. He'll be able to play next season.
Coming off.
But this season is not over yet. There's still all the magic, all the fun is still out there.
In Barclays Center. Wait a minute.
No.
PPG
try that again.
Paints
Right,
Arena.
PPG Arena in the Iron City, Steel City, Pittsburgh.
Steel City.
Steel
So
City, Iron City.
between the three of us, we're going to do a A-10 tournament bracket competition. Pretty basic stuff, just like you would do an NCAA tournament bracket. The Wednesday games, we're going to use those as tiebreakers. But we'll start keeping points with the Thursday games.
And we're gonna do it on the internet, so all of our picks are locked in, and we cannot back out.
About to be locked in. So for the first tiebreaker on Wednesday, March 8th, game number 1 on your programs, you'll notice. Who do you guys have quickly?
Number 12 UMass versus number 13 St. Joe's. I got the Minutemen.
I got the Hawks.
I got UMass.
Yeah, majority.
Game number 2.
Number 11 SLU versus number 14 Duquesne. That one was a tricky one for me.
Really?
Shockingly, but shockingly, I'm gonna go with the Billikens.
I'm going with Duquesne. The guy give the hometown.
The Dukes.
I'm giving
the
Dukes.
Dukes.
I know they're 14, but I'm giving
The Dukes.
I am giving the hometown team some love. I mean, let's be completely honest. They're not gonna make it past Thursday. I will say that right now.
Hot takes. Well, I have
Sorry.
St. Louis.
Sorry.
I have St. Louis. Big surprise there. Now we move on to the games that will count toward our brackets. Unless
These
we tie.
games don't count unless we count them.
Well, they sure do count. You never know. March 9th, Thursday, game number 3, 8 seed LaSalle versus 9 seed Davidson. Who do you guys have?
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, birthday's March 9th.
Nice. Let's see. Explorer versus Wildcats.
This is a really tough one.
I'm gonna go with Davidson, and I think they win by 4.
You don't have to do scores.
I know. I'm just saying for me. I think it's gonna be a really close game, but I think Davidson pulls it out at the end.
Yeah, I think Jack Gibbs, between the combination of Gibbs and Aldridge, I think they will lead Davidson to victory.
It is a sweep between the three of us. I've got Davidson as well. You know, LaSalle's been super inconsistent, and in tournaments like these, when you have two guys that are some of the best players in the
Jordan
the
Price.
A-10.
It's also funny how they're inconsistently starting when we beat them.
But I mean, that matchup, Jordan Price, Jack Gibbs, I mean, that's a
this super
good
interesting matchup. It's tough, but we all went with Davidson.
Speed,
on this one.
threes,
Aldridge and
all
Gibbs, scary matchup there. Now, game number 4 at 2:30, 5-seeded St. Bonaventure against the winner of game 1 between UMass and St. Joe's. Kazie, you don't have game 1 advancing, do you? Past the Bonnies?
No. I picked UMass. I think the Bonnies will be ready to go on their first game. I don't think it's even going to be close.
So he has Bonaventure advancing. Darnell?
Bonaventure advancing as well.
Another sweep. I have 5-seeded Bonaventure beating the winner of 12-seeded Massachusetts and 13-seeded St. Joe's. In my case, they're defeating UMass. Game number 5, 7-seeded George Mason versus 10-seeded Fordham. This is an interesting game as the winner plays VCU. One team beat VCU, the other one was swept.
In New York.
That is tough.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, I like the Patriots, but I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm going to go with Fordham. I think Fordham wins this one.
Darnell?
I'm taking Mason. Mason won by 3 earlier this season. I would love to see VCU go up against Fordham again, personally, but I just don't think.
For the sake of your pick in this bracket, you are going with
George Mason.
All right, he's going with number 7.
I would love to see VCU go up against George Mason. That's who I have because they've beaten them already and they lost to Fordham once. So let's keep it safe there. Now, game number 6.
Oh, you did the safe pick. Okay.
George, well, I think George Mason's going to win. I honestly
Okay.
Number 6, George Mason versus the winner of game 2, which was St. Louis and Duquesne. Anyone have George Washington losing? Kazie?
I have number 11 SLU beating number 6 George Washington. I tell you why.
You got some real separation now.
I tell you why. There has
that.
been actually, I've looked this up, there has been upsets in this first round for the past 5 years. There has been at least one upset. This is the one.
Well, we all picked a 9 over 8. It's a baby upset.
It's not like a,
That
is a real upset.
That's a coin toss matchup.
Yeah,
really.
I'm going with like a real legitimate upset. I think SLU will surprise people. I also think George W. They got their new coaching staff after last year's fiasco.
They've been hot though.
They haven't gotten hot, but I think SLU will be riding a little momentum, and I think that might get them over the edge in GW and heading up to the goal.
Darnell, do you have another massive upset?
Granted, I would take that upset if St. Louis advances to that Thursday matchup. But I'm taking.
But you picked
right
the
now,
Dukes.
I have Duquesne.
You picked the Dukes.
I have Duquesne in that matchup.
Come on, man. Home field advantage, man. Come on.
It doesn't count against George Washington, apparently. All right, I have George Washington beating St. Louis, and This is probably, Kazie, this is probably the biggest upset that any of us will pick. St. Louis over George Washington. So congratulations on going out on a limb there. Someone had to do it. I'm glad you did. Now,
Friday.
Number 7, the first Friday game.
Friday.
Double bye time. One-seeded Dayton against the winner of LaSalle and Davidson. This is a noon game. We all picked Davidson, by the way, in this matchup. So it's Dayton versus Davidson as far as we are concerned.
Number 1 versus number 9. I think this might be the game of the tournament.
Very well could be.
You got Jack Gibbs and Aldridge versus that Dayton offensive line, and Pollard and Scoochie and all them.
And we saw what happened earlier in the season when they played a couple weeks ago.
I think Aldridge and Gibbs will keep them. I still think Dayton has too much to handle for Davidson. I think Dayton wins at least by and move on to the semis.
Yeah, if Davidson was going to beat this team, they should have done it a few weeks ago. Dayton,
shots fired.
Dayton won
Shots
that
fired.
game in overtime by 7, 89-82. This time around, I don't think Dayton really lets this be as close as it was a couple of weeks ago. I'm taking Dayton in this matchup. Good defense, top 3 defense in the league. It matters.
Give me Dayton. And what I hope is a fun game, but
I think it will be.
Give me Dayton. Now let's move down to game number 8, 2:30. This is the winner of the St. Bonaventure UMass game. I think we all picked St. Bonaventure. Am I correct? Facing 4-seeded. You picked St. Bonaventure, right?
Yeah.
All right. Facing 4th-seeded Rhode Island. So it's 5-seeded St. Bonaventure versus 4-seed Rhode Island. Who you got?
Ooh.
Now, some people don't like the Bonnies, but I think Rhodey's gonna be 1-0. I think St. Bonaventure is gonna move on. I'm not
gonna win you very many fans. Darnell's not liking that.
Hey, I love
blue shirt on.
No disrespect to Rhodey.
That was last week.
No disrespect to the Rhodey fans. I like Rhodey as
you know
a
what
college.
that
I like their
means.
team. I like Hassan Martin. I like E.C. Matthews.
You're saying they're not going to make the tournament, basically.
They're out.
I agree with most of the people. People are saying that they have to win the A-10 tournament. I don't think they're going to do it this year, and I think
you don't even think they're going to come close. All right, Darnell, who do you have?
Grady picked that upset because, I mean, there's always, you talk about Thursday being an upset. Friday is also, it's always a near or an actual upset.
And
it's
that 5-4 matchup. Like, that's really close.
It is. All right, Darnell, who you got? You can justify it. You sure can. Darnell, who you got?
That one.
It just means a lot.
Personally, I think this matchup will be the game of the day on that Friday. But
2:30.
Brody squeaks it out.
Buzzer beater?
No. They will survive. Desperation makes for a very dangerous team. And I will take dangerous in this situation. I'm taking Rhodey.
I 100% agree with you about this Rhode Island team. Desperate, dangerous, talented. Give me Rhode Island in this matchup. Now, to the opposite side of the bracket, Game 9, VCU versus the winner of George Mason versus Fordham. Who you got?
All right, so for this one, I picked number 10, Fordham. So it'll be number 10 versus 10 versus 2, Fordham versus VCU. Not
rematch.
in Olean, New York, thankfully.
No, Olean is St. Bonaventure.
Yeah.
You're in the Bronx, aren't you?
Oh, right.
Boogie down Bronx, baby.
I forget there's so many New York teams. I mean, y'all should know. Go Rams. The VCU, black and gold.
They avenged their loss in January.
I think they avenged. I do think it's not our best game. I think we're going to be a little rough in the first half, but then I think we'll turn it around.
This happened a couple years ago when VCU had to play on that Thursday, and Fordham gave them a run for their money.
We went up there the next day. I remember that. Darnell, who you got? You have George Mason playing VCU in this one.
Yeah,
out your broomsticks, baby. I'm taking VCU.
All
right.
3.
No reason to pick George Mason in this game, given how they played twice and VCU won handily both times. Give me VCU. Now on to game number 10. What I think, for what my bracket says at this point, will be the game of the series, or the game of the tournament. This one is number 3 Richmond waiting on the winner of George Washington versus whoever came out of the St. Louis Duquesne game.
So who came out of yours?
Well, you go first. You go first.
Well,
I had chalk.
All right.
I think you went.
I went a little crazy here.
Yes.
I picked 11 SLU to play number 3 Richmond. You should not be surprised that I'm picking the Spiders to stop the Billikens.
So you had St. Louis beating George Washington.
They just did it on Saturday.
But stopping against Richmond.
Now, like you said, SU did give him a run on Saturday, on Senior Day. So
Klein had a triple-double.
Klein had a triple-double. I think he will get it again. He'll get another triple-double against the Billikens. And I think Chandre Jones will do his thing again. I think Buckingham Also,
Oh yeah, there's stuff.
Could
Yeah,
be fresh.
He was rookie of the week last week.
I think he might be rookie of the year this
All
year.
right.
But yeah, I'm
So
gonna
Kazie's got
picking the Spiders.
Richmond. No surprise there.
You can boo me now.
Darnell, you have Richmond playing George Washington, correct?
Yep.
And who do you have coming out of
I
that
picked
one?
GW.
Pivotal. This is a pivotal game to watch in our bracket. We all got someone different at this point. All right.
I picked GW.
That's a big upset. I've got Richmond, but I've got Richmond playing George Washington, not playing St. Louis. But I think it'll be a great game.
Yeah. There's
Does Moody get a technical?
no.
I just had to ask.
Lonergan
No,
had a better chance of getting a technical. Well, in my bracket, he won't make it to the next game.
All right, well, we're talking
But-
about Mooney here.
Talking about
He
Moody.
won't make
Lonergan
it to
got
the
fired.
next game.
Huh?
No, I'm just saying he has a bet. If he was still the coach of this team, he would have a better chance
all
to
right,
get
Let's go to the
That's-
semifinals.
that's-
Let's go to the semifinals where these games are worth double now.
Double the
I'm sorry.
points!
It's Dayton for me against the winner of St. Bonaventure, Rhode Island. We all picked Dayton to advance, so Dayton's there. Kazie, you had St. Bonaventure, so it's Dayton and St. Bonaventure for you in the semifinals.
Bonnies.
Why couldn't they add this tournament? They'd have been in the NCAA tournament.
I'm going with you. You said desperation, big time game. St. Bonaventure.
Matt Mobley, Jalen Adams, I'm
I'm
almost
telling
beat
you,
them this
they
year.
are an underdog-looking team, but this team is really good if they get the emotions driving and their offense gets going
I agree.
fast.
I agree.
But it's
And
against
I
Dayton.
think Dayton's tough. Dayton's a really tough team.
Dayton beat 'em
And
barely.
I'm gonna say this: every team has a cold game. I think Dayton has the cold game here, and I think St. Bonaventure
Bonaventure has the
take
hot
advantage
game.
of it. Like
Right.
that St. Bonaventure. Remember they started like 15-2 at Dayton on that 15-2
That's what
run
I'm
their
saying.
second game. I think
pulled
St.
it out.
Bonaventure
They got
might
the
finish
win.
it off.
All right,
I'm picking the
Darnell.
Bonnies.
Darnell, you have Dayton against Rhode Island, correct?
Yep.
Who you got?
Picked Rhodey.
For the finals, he's got Rhode Island headed to the
I think
finals.
my pick's better.
4
I think my
points.
pick's better.
4 degrees of separation. In this case, 4 points of separation. That has been the margin for these two teams this season. Dayton won their first game by 3, and last game these two played in Rhode Island lost by 1 because they gave up 6 points within the last 25 seconds.
Yep,
2
I
threes
saw
to
that.
Zarius Williams. As I
happen
said
again?
earlier, desperation makes for a dangerous team.
Especially
I'm
in
gonna
March.
pick dangerous here. Rhodey, I do not think lets this game get away from them a third
Not this
time.
time.
A third
I'm
time.
picking Rhode Island to move on to the A-10 finals.
For all the reasons Darnell just said, this was the game I think I labored over the most. I've got Rhode Island advancing all the way to the championship game.
Okay.
Now let's go to the other leg, the other semifinal.
Semifinals.
Why don't you just tell us who you have? You have VCU
I had-
and Richmond, correct?
Yep, number
Round
2
three.
versus number 3, round 3, and I think VCU gets the 3-peat. I think Richmond, this will actually be the toughest win for VCU over the Spiders.
This year.
Yeah, this year, I think, that they're sick and tired of being beaten. Let's just be real. VCU and men and women are 5-0 against the Spiders this year. Hashtag let's go VCU, hashtag random Spiders. I think Richmond is sick and tired of being the underdog and the beat 'em down opponent. Too bad, we're gonna make it 6-0. VCU over the Spiders.
Darnell, you have VC Richmond as well, don't you?
No,
Oh,
VC
George
versus
Washington.
GW.
Okay, who do you got
And
there?
this is another sweep right here. I'm taking VC over GW.
Oh.
3 straight games in 3 days for GW. Not sure how their legs are going to hold up a third time around. In this sense of, other than Tyler Kavanaugh and Yuta Watanabe, a young team, I'm taking VC.
We need an extra 0.4 seconds to do it.
No.
Okay.
We didn't need an extra 0.4 seconds to do it last time.
Hey,
we just
yep.
needed 0.4.
It's not going to come down.
All
to-
right, here, now we got the big one
Fine.
on Sunday with I think
Sunday.
Uncle Vern is going to be on the call. Vern Lundquist for CBS.
Great guy. Championship Sunday.
You have
Title on the line.
Bonaventure against
I
VCU.
have number 5,
Off the
St.
rails.
Bona versus number 2, VCU on Championship Sunday, March 12th in the PPG Paints Arena. NCAA berth on the line, and I think VCU gets their second
So
A-10
you've got
championship.
St. Bonaventure.
I am going completely off
Rhode
the
Island
rail with this one.
beating Dayton,
Yes.
but only to VCU do they finally fall.
Yes.
All right, all right.
I think, look, the Bonnies are...
Why couldn't they do this last year?
Why couldn't they do it the year before? Why couldn't they do it the year after that?
Last year
weren't
they had a
that
really
good?
good team
Oh,
last
yeah,
year.
I'm thinking off the rails here.
All right,
think
I like it, I like
emotionally driven Bonnies, emotionally driven us because, like, let's be honest here.
By this weekend, that won't be the only thing off the rails. So I know you will be.
All right, Darnell, why don't you give us your
Leave that
prediction? You have you had Rhode Island and VCU in the finals, correct?
Yep.
Who you got?
God, this was so hard.
Oh my god.
This was hard.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just saying it's hard to
I know
pick.
what you're gonna do.
But what are you gonna do?
I know what you're gonna do.
What are you gonna do?
Hold on.
What are you gonna do, Darnell?
Getting ready. Getting ready.
You're gonna get fouled.
I'm
I know.
gonna prep. What happened 2 weeks ago will not happen, in the sense that many fouls will not happen.
I like where this is going.
But I personally think, and I've said this before, you better stop.
We're gonna have offsetting
But
flavors
I just
here.
personally think Rhode Island is a bad matchup.
Shame on you.
And I'm taking
What a
Rhode
shame.
to win the A-10 crown. VCU has gone 1-3 and they've made it to the finals every year. The A-10
They
tournament.
sure
Yes.
have.
So this will
Okay.
be
4 straight.
1-3.
We think this will be
This
fine.
would be
And also,
five.
look at
think
this
that.
matchup. Look at this matchup. It's a 2-4 matchup.
It's on.
Last year, 2-4 matchup. St. Joe's.
Darnell's going deep.
Oh wow. He
St.
did
Joe's won.
research.
3 years ago, St. Joe's did the same thing. 2-4.
I'll have you
It
know,
is a
this is
different.
not St. Joe's.
I know that, but
DeAndre Bembry.
I am.
Woo, that boy.
But I'm gonna say I just truly think Rhode Island is a bad matchup for VCU, and I think Rhode Island, with the chips all on the line, they will need this more than VCU does. I'm taking Rhodey.
All right.
But either way, you don't want to go to war with the Rams.
Which ones?
All right, so we
That's
have
not for you to decide.
VCU and we have Rhode Island. Let's bookend it. Hashtag Let's Go VCU in a tough game, an epic clash. VCU
Less
gets it
than
done.
50 fouls this time.
Way less than 50 fouls. VCU does a great job. They do get to the foul line. They use Mo. They use Tillman. And you know what? They make a couple threes.
Oh, God.
What do you think about that?
I will be happy if I am wrong.
I was worried that we would all have similar brackets and that we'd have to resort to the tiebreakers. After this, I don't think that's going to be a problem. We should all have very different brackets. Next week, I think what the award will be for the winner will be a lovely lower third, probably.
I mean, lower third, like here.
Lower third, like right here, where it
That's
says
like-
whoever the
that's not
champion
two-thirds.
is.
Okay.
And then we'll have a lower third probably for the loser, too. I think that'll be fun. Kazie, we cannot wait for the A-10 championship to start off on Wednesday, but why don't you wrap us up here?
All right. Thank you guys for watching this Scramblelicious episode of Scrambled, episode number 7. Myself, Kaze.
Darnell.
Derek?
For everything else, VCU Sports Lies. Like us on Facebook at /VCU Sports. Follow us on Twitter at VCU Sports. Check out our Instagram for our pictures and videos at VCU Sports RVA.
We will be in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we'll actually
Should be a lot of fun.
Yes, I'll be doing the typey stuff. He'll be doing the
Shooty
video stuff. And we'll also be celebrating a lot in
Hopefully a
Pittsburgh.
few victories.
Oh, we'll get a few. We'll get a few. But other than that, follow us on our personal Twitters. I am at Shadow Kaze
I like Darnell.
and Turtles.
At Derek Marion.
You gonna say what again?
You gonna get hit again.
Bye,
Let's
guys.
go Rams.
We'll see you guys in Pittsburgh. Should be fun. He likes turtles, really.